Hey guys, it's Kristen with HK Wax Center. I'm going to show you how to apply hard wax. Now, if there's anything I don't answer in this video, any additional questions you might have, comment down below. You can also like, subscribe. I'm on Instagram, Facebook, and if you are on Facebook, don't forget to check out Wax Club. It's for professionals only. So estheticians, cosmetologists, if you're currently in school, you're all welcome. Okay, so for this video, how to apply hard wax, I'm going to direct this for two different types of groups. First group are beginners. If you've never used hard wax before or very, very little, you just really don't know what you're doing, this is great for you. Now, this is also for a second group of people. Those are for professionals that already use hard wax, but maybe you're just trying to perfect your strip a little bit better. Just make sure you're really making it as perfect as possible. So for the second group, for those professionals, wait until you see me hold up a stick and I'm twirling it here, and then tune in there, because that's where I'll actually show you how to apply it. So you can skip all of the beginning things explaining the first steps before, because you already know how to do that. So you can start skipping forward. Now, for all my beginners or newer waxers, welcome. There's 5 key points to keep in mind when trying to know how to apply hard wax. So first one is using a high quality hard wax, getting the right consistency of the wax itself. Third one, I'm sorry, is going to be the actual prepping your skin, making sure you're doing that properly, applying the strip in the right way, and then last but not least, removing it in the right way. So like I said, 5 key points. First one, using a high quality hard wax. I can't stress that enough. I promise it's gonna make your life so much better. Don't get the really cheap waxes. It's gonna break, it's gonna cause a mess, it's gonna snap the hairs, you'll end up using more in the long run. So please, if I can stress anything at all, use a high quality hard wax. I promise you will thank me later. Now, number 2, getting the right consistency of the wax. That's huge. If it's too hot, it's gonna burn your client. If it's too cool, it's not gonna adhere to the hair properly. So let me actually show you with some of the wax that I've got heated up here, and you can see the consistency of it. So with this one, I'm using Mermaid Wax in this video. This is the Signature Series. The color itself is Serena. So with this one, you want to look for honey or molasses. That's kind of the easiest way to describe it for the consistency of how the wax should move or feel. So if I get some on my stick right here, you'll see how slow it falls off the stick. Like I said, if it falls too soon, it's too hot. If it doesn't fall at all, it's too cool. So you want a happy medium. But yeah, you want it to move as slow, like honey or molasses. It's perfect. Another thing to keep in mind when it comes to getting the right consistency of the wax, I know a lot of people have contacted me asking, I can't get it to the right consistency, and I find out they're using a low quality warmer. It's gonna make your life so much more difficult not using a quality warmer. I only use the best of the best, because this is what I do on a daily basis. Every day is wax, and I want to make it as easy on myself as possible. So I promise if you invest in a high quality warmer, it will change your life. But if you're getting one of those like little cheap, like 50, 100 buck ones from China, it's gonna suck. Sorry. Okay, so next is gonna be prepping the skin the right way. So first I'll use a pre-wax cleanser. That's to get off any kind of like oils, lotions, deodorant, makeup, dirt, anything like that, sweat. You don't want anything that's going to be in the way of the wax adhering to the hair itself. So make sure you cleanse the skin first. If they have dry skin, sometimes you can see a client has like dry flakes on them. You can tell if it's dehydrated. I'll apply a little bit of pre-wax oil. Now, if I don't see that, if I can tell they're hydrated, I won't use that. Just now for me, I'm in Texas, it's hot and humid here, so it's not really necessary. But if you're in a more dry climate, then you might want to use oil on a more regular basis. But for me, if I only notice it, then I will, otherwise I won't. Now, if I'm doing underarms or like bikini Brazilian services, I'll put a little bit of cornstarch powder after I either cleanse an oil or just cleanse. That makes sure that any kind of moisture on the client itself, sometimes they're, even after you cleanse, they just get sweaty, they're nervous, your nerves are going crazy. So I'll put a little bit of powder on top that gets rid of any kind of excess moisture that might have accumulated on there, and also just make sure that it's easy for the wax to directly stick to the hair. So like I said, bikini or underarm services, I'll apply a little bit of powder. So now Let me get some wax on my stick, and we will allow all of the professionals to join us again. Welcome, guys. Okay, so for body services, I will, this is for actual application. For body services, I'll make sure I get all of the wax on one side of my stick, just like that. And then I will take it, apply in the direction of the hair growth. So I will get all of the wax off my stick, and then I'll apply upwards, since my hair is growing up in this case. Go to the top, make my lip, and then come back down, just like that. Perfect. So you want to make sure that your edges are nice and smooth. If they're not smooth, the wax can crack, break, and that's not fun. So make sure you have nice smooth edges, just like that. Make a little lip at the end. That just allows it easy for you to pop the wax off like that. And then make sure, again, nice and smooth right on the bottom. That ensures that the whole strip is going to come up in one piece and not multiple pieces. And then remove. Perfect. Let me do it one more time so you can see it again. This time we're going to do a cleanup strip. So a cleanup strip is going to be after you've done your initial strip and get the initial hair pulled off. The second, the cleanup strip, little leftover hairs that didn't want to come out the first time, this is for those guys. So you'll apply in the opposite direction. So I will start up. Use a lot of pressure. You're not going to hurt your client. Don't worry about that. They'll be fine. So use pressure, and in this case, I will be going down. Just like that. Perfect. Now, one thing to keep in mind too, if you make a strip and you're not happy with it, maybe like this edge right here is a little too thin, you can go back and add a little bit more wax. That's totally fine. It's better to add more wax to a strip and make sure it's going to stick together. Then don't do that, and then the wax is potentially going to crack and break, and that's just going to suck. So like I said, if I wanted to add more here, no big deal, totally fine. I do it all the time. Don't worry about that. Now, the last thing to keep in mind is how to remove it in the right way. This is something I also see a lot of people doing wrong. So they will, let's see if I can do this here. Okay, so they will remove it in a perpendicular direction, meaning out, like this. See how it's pulling my skin like that? That hurts. That's not comfortable. Don't do that. Instead, you want to pull it like this, where it's parallel to the strip. That will allow it to very cleanly be pulled out of the root of the hair follicle and not snap. So like I said, don't pull it like this, pull it like this, up, just like that, okay? So parallel, not perpendicular. And you'll be fine. Any questions, feel free to reach out to me. I will also have a blog down in the link, a blog down in the description, a link to a blog. That way, if you want to see more detailed information, I've got that for you. I have plenty of other videos. I promise you can do it. You'll be fine. Any questions, let me know. This is Kristen with HK Wax Center. I'll see you next time.